Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Espinac Medical classes. In today's class, let us try to learn about pantoprazole, because pantoprazole is a very important drug which is used in the hospitals, and remember about 90% of the prescriptions will have pantoprazole. So pantoprazole has a great impact in the hospitals. And remember one important point, among all the drugs which are commonly used for ulcer conditions or peptic ulcerations, pantoprazole is a very important drug. See, other than pantoprazole actually comes in proton pump inhibitors category. So among other than proton pump inhibitors, we also use H2 blockers. So in H2 blockers, ranitidine, cimetidine are examples. We use anticholinergic drugs. So pyranozepam is one of the drug in the anticholinergic drugs, and sometimes we use antacids, and we also use prostaglandin analogs like misoprostol. So among all the drugs which are used in the anti-ulcer, which are used as anti-ulcer agents, among all these drugs, proton pump inhibitors, and among proton pump inhibitors, pantoprazole is the very effective drug and very commonly used drugs in the hospitals. And in this lecture, let us try to learn 5 different points that will help you to evaluate the prescriptions, and that will help in which conditions these proton pump inhibitors pantoprazole should be used. So check out the full video. Definitely this video will help you. Very first thing about proton pump inhibitors is, see, among the proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, esomeprazole, lansoprazole, pantoprazole and rabeprazole are newer drugs. Actually these two drugs, pantoprazole and rabeprazole, are newer drugs. Okay, this is one important point. And next one, see, when while discussing about the proton pump inhibitors, remember proton pump inhibitors blocks hydrogen potassium ATPase enzyme, which is present in the parietal cell of the gastric gland. So by blocking this enzyme, it will stop the synthesis of HCl from the parietal cell. That is the reason they are called proton pump inhibitors. Okay, so this is one important point. And why I am only discussing about pantoprazole, why not about the other drugs of the proton pump inhibitors? Because remember guys, among all the proton pump inhibitors, pantoprazole is the very effective drug. I'll tell you why. Because while discussing the kinetics, remember pantoprazole is available in oral form as well as in the IV form, whereas other drugs like omeprazole and esomeprazole, they are not available in oral form, they are not available in IV form. So in unconscious patients, we can't prescribe or we can't give omeprazole or esomeprazole, whereas pantoprazole and rabeprazole can be used even in unconscious patients also. So this is one important point about pantoprazole. Pantoprazole is available in oral form as well as in the IV form. This is one important point. And actually omeprazole is having many drug interactions. Okay, so actually omeprazole blocks or binds cytochrome P450 enzyme, and by that it increases the serum concentrations of diazepam, phenytoin and warfarin. So the metabolism of phenytoin, diazepam and warfarin will be reduced, and their lethal activity increases, their toxic concentrations increases. So this is one important interaction. So pantoprazole is not having that enzyme blocking effect, so it will not have interactions with other drugs. So this is one important point about pantoprazole. So when we compare with esomeprazole and omeprazole, pantoprazole has no drug interactions. So this is one important point. Another important point about pantoprazole, remember guys, when pantoprazole is given either through oral route or IV form, its bioavailability is very high, whereas other drugs like esomeprazole and omeprazole, roughly 50% of it is having bioavailability. So when comparison of bioavailability, pantoprazole is having good bioavailability. Remember, see, when compared with the other drugs, other anti-ulcer drugs like H2 blockers, antacids or any other drug, proton pump inhibitors are having high duration of action. So it can be given one single dose every day. So every day one dose is enough. So this is one important point you should remember about pantoprazole. Another very important point about pantoprazole, listen guys, dose adjustment of pantoprazole is not required in hepatic failure conditions or in renal failure conditions. So this is very important point. So proton pump pantoprazole can be given as normal dose even in hepatic failure and even in kidney failure conditions. So this is very important point. These are important points about pantoprazole. Now let us see some common ADRs which are associated with pantoprazole. So these ADRs are not only with the pantoprazole, but this can be seen with omeprazole, esomeprazole, rabeprazole, or any other drug of proton pump inhibitors. Remember, headache, abdominal pain, and muscle pain are commonly seen with proton pump inhibitors, and sometimes muscle pains, rashes, hepatitis is commonly seen, and leukopenia. So these are commonly seen ADRs. Even however, these ADRs are not lethal, but these are very commonly seen in the patients. And remember, recently gynecomastia and erectile dysfunction are commonly seen in the male patients because pantoprazole or some other proton pump inhibitors reduced testosterone levels in the males. So this is one newly seen adverse drug reaction. And you all know that proton pump inhibitors are commonly used for GERD, gastrointestinal reflux disease, and it is also used for Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. So it's called actually hypersecretion of acid is commonly seen in ZDS. So this is one condition, and in peptic ulcers, and it is also commonly used in NSAIDs, or when commonly corticosteroids are used. So prophylactically it is used to reduce the irritation or to reduce the peptic ulcerations of the patient. And in most antibiotics and when many drugs are given through oral route, even in that conditions, this proton pump inhibitors, pantoprazole is commonly prescribed. So mostly that is the reason I said 90% of the hospital cases will have this pantoprazole. Okay, so this is one important point. And remember another important point about pantoprazole, guys. Why pantoprazole is given only once a day, and why it is given before breakfast? This is very, very important counseling point. So remember, pantoprazole should be given before breakfast every day, 1 dose, and it should be given 30 to 1.5 hours before meals. Why this is done? Because actually this pantoprazole binds hydrogen potassium ATPase enzyme which is present in the parietal cell. And see, when food is taken, actually the food will have gastrins and many other hormones, and this food will go and bind on the parietal cell, and the gastrin receptor which is present on the parietal cell will be activated, and it will synthesize HCl. And along with that, this food will also increase the production of histamines, and by that histamine receptor will be activated, and by that also acid secretion will be produced. So if it is given after food is taken, what will happen? The food is already induced acid secretion, and after food, if it is given, already acid is been secreted. So why its proton pump activity will not have that much impact in the peptic ulcer patient? That is the reason proton pump inhibitor should be given before meals, and before meals it will block this enzyme, and even after having food the acid secretion will not be produced. So this is the mechanism behind giving pantoprazole before breakfast or before meals. This is very important point about pantoprazole. I think you learned some basic things about pantoprazole, and if you want to learn many other things about few drugs or drug related concepts, please like our channel, subscribe our channel, and keep sharing with your friends. Thank you for watching.